My name's Romy, Kirsty Baby's on there. I got bitten by a jack jumper about 5 minutes ago, so that's stinging. And it's time for September favourites. September was such a nice month. Very productive. Got into a new swing of Romy changed up her routine again, which is something I do fairly regularly. I've been waking up earlier, I've been going for walks. I got 2 phenomenally enormous blisters, which was painful. Those blisters literally woke me up during the night with how painful they were. And now I've got a jack jumper bite. But I really enjoyed September. September was a good time. And my goodness, the garden. I always talk about the garden and the weather, and they seem like the weather seems like such a kind of monotonous, icebreaker kind of topic, but I enjoy talking about the weather, and I love talking about the garden and all of the spring flowers and the bluebells. There's this part of the garden just off our veranda that is probably my favourite part of the whole garden, arguably. At this time of the year, it's just swamped with bluebells, and they're so gorgeous, and it's just very nice, very nice. The weather has been getting so much warmer. I think we're in for a real hot summer, and so far spring's been pretty darn lovely. And yes, good weather times and muchly appreciated flowers. All of our daffodils pretty much are gone now. I looked out my window and saw a few daffodils. Stop stinging! And I feel like spring has represented me just wearing florals fairly well. Florals and Star Wars t-shirts. And not like I don't wear florals consistently throughout the year, but I've been wearing like jumpsuits and culottes and tops and dresses, and I yet again have turned into a flower. And I just shaved my head this morning because I was feeling not the best. I was feeling anxiety niggling at me and having a little play with my self-worth and self-value. And I was like, right, I'm gonna clean up my hair. And I'm gonna wear a nice dress that I hadn't worn before. And it took me a few hours, but I feel good now. Other than the jack jumper bite. So let's get into some favourites. My favourite clothing item this month is a hard one, but there's this jumper that I got this month that I adore. I got this for between $2 and $4 from an op shop, and it's just a floral dream. It's got little scalloped edges and cute little matte buttons and then little flowers, and it's just so nice, and I love wearing it with like something floral that might be a bit more difficult to find, like a cardigan or a jumper to go with. I was outside just now and wanted something lighter than this because I was gardening, hence the jack jumper bite. So instead of wearing this outside, I wore this, which is not the same pattern, but you could be fooled because they go together so well. And it's a lot, but it did the job of protecting my back because this dress has like an open back. And I wanted my shoulders and my back covered from the sun. So I super love this jumper. I also got another new one recently, but I had to put that out to the wash today because I was washing my hands and the sleeve filled up with water, and also I've been cleaning, so it probably needed a wash anyway. But I also have a new Star Wars t-shirt which I showed in a recent thrift haul that I filmed a few weeks ago that is coming up recently, which is this amazing retro rainbow. It's like so good. It's got a rainbow across it and it's very retro feely, and I love it, and I've been wearing that a lot. And I've also been wearing this old friend quite a bit. This is my debutante gown, which I got a year or maybe 2 years ago at an op shop. And I recently, in September, joined TikTok. And I found a marvellous community. And I'm currently cosplaying as a debutante ghost called A. And this is her dress. So the debutante ghost from last year's Halloween tutorial on how to become a debutante ghost has returned. She is a pesky little critter and I adore her. I will update my links in the description. I usually have like my Etsy, my Depop and my Instagram, and I'll also update that so my TikTok is in there. Fun times, Casty's in it a bit. There's lots of me in a debutante gown looking like a ghost and causing mischief and throwing lemons, and it's just so fun. It's ridiculously fun. So that's obviously another favourite. I think I'll just go with all of the varied clothes favourites that I've had because there's definitely not one that I can pinpoint because I've just been loving so many different things recently. My favourite book recently would probably have to be, can you even see it? No. I'm just going to point. This is like such a laid back, yeah, there could be this item of clothing that I like or this other one that I'm not going to bother showing. Probably my favourite book this month would be What Is Not Yours Is Not Yours by Helen Iami, or which I haven't put back, the Far Flung Chronicles. I can't remember if I read them last month though. But anyway, either Helen Iami or Paul Stone and Chris Riddell's Far Flung Adventures. Both supremely good books, very different series. One being a series, The Far Flung Adventures, one being a series of short stories. Both superb. Very good reads. And my favourite food item this month. I've really been enjoying soy sauce tofu, quite honestly. Which is when you get a block of hard plain tofu and you chop it up into little cubes and fry it up on a fry pan with like maybe a little bit of olive oil or something. And then when it's nearly cooked, you add soy sauce to the pan and then you let it cook through that, and it's so good. And I eat it hot and I eat it cold, and it's just very nice. Very moreish. Very good. I like it a lot. I often have steamed vegetables for lunch, and I recently, a couple times last month actually, I didn't have the vegetables I wanted, so I'll have like cauliflower, broccoli, carrots, sweet potato kind of thing, and literally those 4 things. And one time I didn't have the vegetables I wanted, I can't remember why, so I decided to have edamame beans and soy sauce. And I think it was soy tofu, which was just like the soybean conglomeration of dreams. It was a very tasty lunch. My 3 goals for September, I believe I also remember these off the top of my head, I was thinking about it this morning, were to try and drink a bottle of water a day, get my skin under control on my face because it was, and to start writing my new novel, and I call myself a success. About halfway through the month I started writing my new novel, which I'm enjoying so much, and it's just, I haven't written like a new novel for a few years. I have worked extensively on editing and like really big edits that are kind of rewrites on some various novels, and I've written a lot of short stories and like poems and prose pieces, but sitting down and writing a new novel and knowing it's gonna be a novel is a very different experience, and it's so nice to be back in that space. I like it a lot, and this is a vastly different thing than I have ever written, and I like it. I'm enjoying it, and I'm really enjoying sitting down every day and writing. There's a bird chirping. Lovely cheeping. Water, I didn't quite manage to have a bottle of water every day. I think there were a few days when I either forgot or only had half a bottle, but then there were other days when I had multiple bottles of water, and I really noticed, even like less than a week into doing that, when I was having a bottle every day, when I'd start a bit later, like when I'd have my first drink of plain water, because I drink tea all the time. When I'd have my first like drink of plain water a bit later, say 12ish or 1, I would notice that I would have started getting a headache. So my body's getting used to, or got used to, having plain water regularly very quickly, and I really felt like that within the first 2 weeks. I noticed that my skin had really improved and seemed much clearer, and I seemed to be having a lot less issues with it, breakouts, whatever. And I was like, wow, I just need to drink more water, magic. That didn't last. My skin then got to a point where it was probably the worst it had been, and was just having so many issues than I've known it to be since probably I was in my late teens. So like a good few years. And over the last few days, today particularly, I'm not very self-conscious about my skin. I used to be when I have like big spots or whatever, but these days I'm not really self-conscious. And today I noticed like I didn't want to show my face. Like I was filming a TikTok video and I didn't want to show my face because I've got like scabs and sore spots. But I recognized that thought. I allowed it to be present. I told it I didn't need it, as it were, and I felt heaps better after like having my head shaved and like putting on a pretty dress. And really, like, I want my skin to be clear and healthy, but if like it's normal for skin to get spots and pimples, and I don't know that there is skin in the world that is perfect, and I know mine is probably never gonna be perfect, but it was just unusual for me, which was probably part of like having this self-doubt anxiety moment that I was like, okay, my skin is something that I know I'm not happy with at the moment, I'm going to focus in on that. So like my skin, I feel like I've been on one heck of a journey over the last month with, it's not at a great stage now, but it's kind of healing from when it was not even better than. I have a big cute puppy fast asleep on my bed. And that's what I'm going to focus on. For October, I'm just going to be super relaxed with what I am going to kind of hope to do, because I didn't really have any idea. So I'm going to say, like, I want to get a couple pumpkins to make things nice and Halloween-y. I want to keep enjoying my days in the way that I am with my new routine. Like, I'm at a place that feels really good with what work I'm doing and the way I'm spending my time, and I'd like to continue feeling like that, but allowing myself to have times when I don't, and not being too stressed about it. And I want to go on more adventures with my debutante ghost on TikTok. So that is all from me. This was a very casual, really relaxing way to spend a couple minutes just chatting, and a lot more like disorganized maybe than my monthly roundups often are. To be quite honest, I came into this knowing that I needed to film it today because it's going up on Monday. Today's Friday. So I was like, okay, I need to film that today and edit it, ready to go up on Monday. And I didn't really want to. It's stinging again. But I was like, Romy, you got to. Like, sure, I could have done it on Monday. It would have been fine. But the times when I don't really want to film, but I make myself few and far between as they are, I always notice it's the right thing to have done. So I don't know that there's a moral in that. I enjoy it once I start doing it, even if I'm not sure that's going to be the thing. But I think it was a nice relaxing thing for me to do today. So I hope you had a beautiful, beautiful month, and I hope you have a gorgeous October, and I will see you soon. I've got a couple pre-filmed videos, so if my hair looks like it's suddenly grown a lot, that's because I've got some book reviews and a thrift haul, a little thrift haul coming up, and I think I've got a few other, I've got a little review video coming up, which will now have short hair and long hair. there's a variety of things coming up. So by the time I get to film something with my hair this short, that's not this video, it won't be this short anymore. Ha! Have a splendiferous day. Goodbye from me and goodbye from my half awake puppy. What was that? A chin tap. Chin tap, goodbye.